according to reports, getting his game right. Maybe, just maybe, Moses Moody will be your starting shooting guard for the Golden State Warriors next season.
I think a lot of Warriors fans would like that, Bonte.
Would they?
Judging by the amount of calls we got last season of Moses Moody not getting any playing time, I think a lot of them would. Yes. Or there's the other half saying you got to trade him, you got to trade Kuminga, you got to go get one of these guys that we think are out there, but as we've been learning this morning and throughout the week, Bonte, we don't know how many big, quote-unquote, stars are going to be available this summer.
Yeah.
I like Moses, though. I mean, I
like Moses.
I like Moses because, honestly, the person first and foremost, he's been up and down. That guy's been at the boardwalk and been on the Giant Dipper so many times the last couple seasons, then coming back to the Bay, between G League and that, and always being ready, never saying anything. All you hear is Steve Kerr and the coaching staff saying he's wise beyond his years. He is just so leveled and measured. Yep. And I respect that because this is a very difficult situation. And not that I'm hammering Jonathan Kuminga for being frustrated and having his camp voice his frustrations on his behalf.
Right.
But there's always two different ways to go about it.
There is.
And we saw that with the Warriors last year. Now Jonathan Kuminga has made that next stride, that next leap. And the Warriors are hoping he makes another one this next year. But I would like to see that leap with Moses Moody. And I think Steve Kerr is waiting for that. But that's why Brandon Podziemski was getting a lot of those minutes. He talked about it after the season. He felt Podziemski kind of got that role and ran with it. And he was waiting for, Steve Kerr was saying that, and he's waiting for Moody to do the same.
Yeah, he was very critical of Moody in his in-the-season presser or what he needed to work on there, shooting without hesitating. He knows where to be in the right spots, being aggressive offensively. I think Moses Moody can be aggressive. He's an underrated. I think, look, he's not an explosive athlete. We don't think of him in the way we think of like Anthony Edwards or even Jonathan Kuminga. We'll just say JK for this exercise. He's not as athletic. But I think he does have some athleticism to where he can get up and dunk on your head. He can get up and get that three-point shot rolling here. So it's a little painful to know that we don't really know who he is after year number 3. Yeah. And do you want to just jump him in and say, hey, you're starting at the 2 guard for the Golden State Warriors. We know number 11, Klay Thompson, has manned that position throughout the course of his career for the most part. You know, obviously halfway through his rookie year, they traded Monte Ellis to Milwaukee. So I don't know if Moses Moody, I know, wants the opportunity. He's ready for the opportunity. How well will he play? I don't know. I don't have the answer to that one. But I like Moses Moody. I don't think he'll be overwhelmed whatsoever.
Well, the confusing part last year, I think, for a lot of fans, and for me at times too, was you were clearly dealing with an inconsistent Andrew Wiggins throughout the season. I mean, the guy had games and performances where it was just like, that was awful. Yep. It was his worst year of his career in the NBA. And if he's going to be that bad and inconsistent, why not just play Moses Moody, right? I think that's where a lot of fans were like, hey, listen, this is a guy that we want for the future. I mean, we're looking at Wiggins. We're probably going to move off this guy this summer, you would think. We'll see if that shakes out, because I was one of the guys here at the station that was hammering and clamoring for this guy to get traded at the deadline. Was there a package? Was there the right player for that? I don't know about that, but I keep seeing the inconsistencies there with Andrew Wiggins, and you just can't count on him. And I would like to see if I can count on, Moses Moody going forward, Bonte. So that was a little frustrating, I think, for fans last year too. Just seeing how Wiggins was playing and not putting Moses Moody in a position to see what he could be going forward.
By the way, just a quick aside here.
Sure.
As we would say, Shaq going at Shannon Sharpe. Oh. You say this, Carter?
He showed it to me this morning. Yeah, the comment.
So Shaq went on that Instagram and said, you took me sticking up for Shea as jealousy of Joker.
So wait, real quick, before you get to that, do we know what Shannon said to piss Shaq off?
I don't know what he said, but he obviously said something to piss him off.
Okay.
He said he was jealous.
He said he was jealous. Okay. He said he was jealous.
Okay.
My fans, yes. Looks like Brandon Podziemski will represent the Warriors at the draft lottery. Coming up. But Shaq basically said, you took me sticking up for Shea. You took me sticking up for Shea as jealousy of the Joker. Shows how smart you are and how you say anything to get clicks. So here's some clickbait for you. If you ain't ranked in the top 10 in your profession, then you can't speak on me. Don't forget, I know what you did to get where you're at. Me jealous sounds like you jealous. I know you try to stay relevant by gossiping on your podcast. We don't believe you. You need more people. That's a Jay-Z line. And in case you forgot, 4 rings, 3 finals MVPs, top 58, top 75. Google me. And to be quite frank, all this new success you got, you still under me. You don't know my work ethic, but according to I work less than you, but I'm worth more than you. Make it make sense. Love you too. If you need help making money, it's better ways than gossiping. I'm too old for this bleep. Love always, the most dominant big man ever who never took it serious. Remember, I don't know you. And in the words of Skip Bayless, I'm better than you. Hashtag G14 classification. I have it. You don't. Not my profession. In your GOAT debate, never wanted to be the GOAT. I wanted to be who you should greet me as the most dominant ever. The apex predator. That was a hashtag from Shaq. So,
but he's not taking it seriously.
Yeah, when you're quoting Skip Bayless, I'm out. That's come on, man.
Well, he was taking a shot at Shannon.
Yeah, I know, but you're quoting Skip Bayless to do that? Come on. I mean,
he's doing
this show's about to get canceled.
He quoted Jay-Z as well.
Oh my God.
To say Shannon isn't top 10 at his position is wild.
Yeah, he might be like one of the like we see this current iteration of tight end right now. Like he was kind of that blueprint, right? Whether you're going back to Denver, Baltimore, what have you. Like I'm looking at his stat. I'm just looking at his career accolades because I do think we sleep on Shannon the player a little bit. 3-time Super Bowl champion, 4-time first team All-Pro, 1 second team All-Pro, 8 Pro Bowlers, all-decade team in the 90s. I mean, 214 receiving yards in a game by a tight end, still an NFL record. I want to say that was against the Raiders too. Like, he was unbelievable. And yes, Shaq, you are. If that makes you feel better, yes, you're the most dominant player of all time. You're also a player that never lived up to his potential, in my opinion.
Oh, no, he did. Stop it. Stop it. I'm not going to stop you right now.
He could have had
stop you right now.
8 championships.
No, because Kobe wanted his own team and they broke apart.
No, because Kobe's work ethic, he got insecure about it.
There were some jealousies between both. They were both guilty of it. I'm not like Kobe wasn't an angel in this situation. He got jealous because he wasn't winning the Finals MVPs and Shaq was getting all the glory and he didn't want to be Robin. He wanted to be Batman. And Shaq said, he told Kobe, look, at the first championship, I didn't work as hard in the offseason. Well, let's not say he didn't live up to his potential.
Well, he just said it.
Shaquille O'Neal was the number 1 overall pick.
He just said
he's the number 1 overall pick, and he's talked about as a top 10 player of all time. That's not living up to your potential.
He could have been a top 5 player of all time.
Well, whatever. We're nitpicking here. Shaq
we're
was
talking about the greatest of the greats. I'm just saying.
Shaq lived up to his potential and a lot more. I mean, he brought home. I'm sure he could have been a better free throw shooter.
Well,
Sure.
Not even that, but I'm just saying the work ethic I think is a massive part of this. And I look at a guy like Shannon Sharpe, who might be one of the hardest working people just off the court and on. Well, the court, I don't know if he's playing basketball, but off the field. I mean, I'm just saying the whole thing
Shannon's
was very
great.
hard to me.
Shannon is great as a profession, but we're not going to slander Shaq. And look, Shaq is one of the most insecure superstars.
We're seeing that now.
I've noticed, and I've seen this for a long time. Like Shaq is, he's always got some sensitive issues when people take shots at him or whatnot. That's who he is. He's very guarded with that. But he's a fun-loving dude. I've met Shaq a couple times. He's cool, whatever.
We talked about it yesterday, Bonnie. Do you think he is jealous, to Shannon's point?
Yeah, but I mean,
the Joker has 3 MVPs.
The guy career numbers. Come on, man. And this is after. So the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The last 7 years of Shaq's career, he never averaged more than 17.8 points a game. His last 7 years. His first, I'll just click on his first. What is this, 10?
I wonder if he had stayed in better shape, if they would have been better.
Maybe. They won 3 straight championships.
They did. You could have won that, but that's what I'm saying. You could have won more.
Well, they could have won the 4th one, and Kobe started acting like a you-know-what.
He's a top...
Kobe started shooting about the gym.
Okay.
Kobe against the Pistons said to hell with this.
I think Kobe has been, you look at his career after Shaq, I think he's been validated in what he did.
Great. He was great.
He won 2 titles. He went to 3 straight finals. Like
Shaq went to a finals.
He did. He won one.
He went to a couple of.
He did.
So Shaq's from 93 to 06. From 93 to 06, Shaquille O'Neal averaged 26 points a game, 12 rebounds, 3 assists.
That's good.
58% from the floor.
It's really good.
I mean, I know you're a Kobe guy. Let's put some respect on Shaquille
I am a Kobe guy, and I'm not. I'm just saying he's a top 10 player that could have been a top 5 player.
Okay, that's what they're picking.
We are, but when it comes to
say
greatness,
he didn't live up to expectations. He was a number 1 overall.
That's how much. That's how highly I think of him.
He was a number 1 overall pick who took the Orlando Magic to an NBA final in his 3rd season of his career.
Did
3rd season of his career. All right. I mean, come on. What are we doing here?
Just
They need to go to L.A. You helped them win 3 championships. You go to 4 straight finals appearances.
The last ever 3.
You go play Miami. You go to Miami. You get to the Eastern Conference. You lose Eastern Conference Finals. You lose a Game 7 at home. Then the next year, you beat the Mavericks in 6. And I know that was Dwayne Wade now becoming Batman as Shaq was getting older. But come on, Shaq is one of the most dominant players I've ever seen in my life. And to say didn't really live up to the expectations.
I said he could have been a better player than he was.
Well, first you started off with the expectation. That's all.
Well,
he lived up to his.
I think we all thought after that 3-peat that he was going to win like 3 or 4 more championships, and he didn't.
Nah, well, you knew that Shaq and Kobe had a shelf life. Look at this. His first 10 years of going to the playoffs. 28, 13, and 3. Those are the numbers Shaq had.
Mm-hmm.
Dominant.
Yes.
The NBA, we just saw the numbers with the Indiana Pacers when he was in those NBA finals.
Oh, he destroyed them. We were just talking about
38 points a game.
Because your boy Chris Mullin was on that team with the Pacers. Yeah.
38 points a game.
Yep.
So, anyway, that's a random.
It's actually funny you brought that up because I was actually, it popped up on my, like, whatever it's called on YouTube, the shorts or whatever. That's like the TikTok version on YouTube. And Christian Laettner videos like popping up, and him. Yep. And obviously Shaq felt and others felt that Shaq was the best college player at the time, although looking back at Christian Laettner, he might have been one of the if not the greatest college player of all time, just looking at everything. But it was just funny just looking back on their career arcs and stuff like that. And yes, Shaq, top 10 player, most dominant, but still one of the most insecure players of all time as well.
There's no doubt about that.
That's I think we could both agree on that. That's just why this whole thing was just so odd to me.
Yeah. No, it was. It is.
And
odd.
this could be the last time we're hearing from Shaq like inside the NBA. Like this NBC deal that you've been bringing up, that it's looking more and more like a possibility and likelihood that the NBA is going to be going to NBC and leaving Turner.
Yeah, I mean,
that's crazy.
Look at Shaq. Shaq.
Maybe Shannon Sharpe should be on the pre and post.
I am disappointed that Shaq went at Joker like that. Said, "Hey, SGA, that was classless. You can't do that in the NBA. You got to be classier than that." Jokic was classy, and that's